Hey, RIOT podcasters. Welcome to week 2 of the Spring Fundraiser.
This is our final days for this.
If you didn't give, the reason we're still doing it today is because you haven't given yet. Now, today's special, it's Match Monday.
It is.
So any amount that you give today is going to be matched. So do it now. Go to RadioU.com, click on donate. And thanks in advance.
So if you're a podcast listener and you never realized this is what makes the podcast and the RIOT possible, please take some time to learn more about it through RadioU.com. And if you give anything today, it will be matched.
Okay, so today in the podcast, you can see that we love Chicken McNuggets so much
Is
that we were
this a
talking
year
about
or
them in
which-
2012.
2012?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we love
So,
nuggets forever.
Other things for 2012, we get an end-of-the-world update, Nikki's fear of cremation, being embarrassed of your mom when she makes a death threat.
How embarrassing.
How embarrassing is that?
Who hasn't experienced that?
The time I tried to get Nikki to buy an iPhone game and she secretly hated it, and
the
then it
snow
wasn't.
one?
Then it wasn't a secret anymore.
Aww.
Getting hit with a poop sock.
Yes, we'll just have to let you hear that.
And you get to hear my Iran song.
Iran. Do, 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 do.
Iran. You'll see.
Again,
It's in there.
Normally you might be like, what's your other one? You have a Putin one. You have the... Gosh,
I just have songs for dictators.
For dictators.
North Korea.
North Side, you got that song.
just
but
stuff like
this
that.
is another classic one.
Yeah. So you guys enjoy 2012. And remember, Match Monday, don't forget to give now, RadioU.com. Please click on donate.
What does the RIOT have in common with Spotify? Amazing music with no personality. What doesn't the RIOT have in common with Spotify? No commercials. Keep us commercial free now at RadioU.com/donate.
It's true, I'm not really a PETA guy. I don't spend a lot of time hanging around with PETA people. I'm not a vegan, but it looks like as much as I thought I couldn't be vegan, oh, Nikki, I could be vegan. Like that. That.
If the list has desserts on it, then you're fine.
PETA has put together a list and published it of all kinds of foods that are available now that are perfectly vegan. Like, for example, Cap'n Crunch's Peanut Butter Crunch.
You're fine with that then.
Cinnamon Crunch Crispix. It's not a problem. Kellogg's Special K with berries. You're going to have to put soy milk on this or you'll ruin it. Reese's Peanut Butter Puffs.
Nice.
Yeah. Quaker apples and cinnamon oatmeal. I'm already eating that from time to time. Look here, you can even shop at 7-Eleven. There's 7-Eleven 7 Select Apple Snack Pie. That's on the list. You know what I'm saying? What else did I find? Big League Chew. Lollipops from Charms. You know, the stuff with the gum in them.
They're basically going to try to get you to see that it's like, oh, yeah, you can eat anything.
Intimate
for the most part.
Single serve apple snack pies. No problem. Yeah, fruit by the foot. Ghirardelli Twilight Delight Intense Dark Chocolate. I love dark chocolate. That's not a problem. Keebler Club Crackers. Ice cream cups. Oh, careful now. What you put in it could be the offending problem, not the ice cream cup itself. Mambas. Here's some butter cookies. Oh, that means there's no butter in them. That's kind of a bummer.
It is actually really funny when you see something like with Oreos, because Oreos is on the list.
Oh, I'm getting there, Nikki.
And then it's like, wait a minute, why wouldn't that cream filling be like a milk cream filling? But it's not. It's usually made with soy.
Nabisco Oreo cookies.
Mm-hmm.
You shut your mouth. I could eat Oreos and be vegan. Do you understand that? I could go to like the vegan meetings and just sit in the back eating Oreos.
And you're being healthy.
Ruffles potato chips, both barbecue and plain. Smarties, Sour Patch Kids, Super Bubble Bubblegum, Velements, Wheat Thins, original multigrain and reduced fat. And we haven't even moved into the baked goods category, Nikki. Krispy Kreme fruit pies. Yeah.
Hey, those are?
Mm-hmm. We can get into refrigerated and frozen foods if you want, but I got lists, dude. And it looks like I'm good. I'm mostly vegan, except for the fact that I like to have milk.
Yeah. Well, and your meat that you like.
Oh, is that not?
Is that roundabout?
I thought vegan was just no milk and butter.
No.
And cheese. No cheese.
No cheese.
So you're telling me that even if I would go and get like a sausage and egg McMuffin with no cheese,
and
that's
with no
not,
cheese, you're still not there yet.
Still not there.
No.
All right. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's work this. Can you go half? Can you be like
halvesies?
You be half vegan, half something else?
Well, you can have certain. A lot of times the big thing is like a meatless Monday. So say like today being Monday, then you wouldn't have any meat today.
Oh, that's a terrible. I mean,
And just 1 day a week.
Okay.
Not all the days, just one. So today you'd have like Oreos and all the snack stuff, and that would be your meals today. And then you could get, unhealthy tomorrow.
Right. That's right. It's no big deal. I could eat a steady diet of Oreos and apple pies, and then tomorrow
and
I'll have the meat.
in the guidelines of the meatless day.
Saving the animals, man.
Yeah.
One Oreo at a time.
You're saving the animals, but you, the animal, aren't going to be doing so good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think that maybe I can just think of it as the punishment I'm putting on myself for all of the ways that I've enslaved and mistreated animals throughout my life.
You're a giver. We know it. You've supported microeconomies, brewed free trade coffee, and bought shoes from those one guys that always donate a pair of shoes. Want to do a little more? Yeah. Support commercial-free music that makes a difference. Do it now at RadioU.com/donate.
Here at the Riot, we don't have a Living the Dream award. That's something that Jared does here on Radio U. I don't know if he does that every day, but he does it frequently when he finds someone that's living the dream.
Yeah.
They've done something amazing. But, Nikki, I found something really close, and that's this. Now, I realize that this particular news organization is more akin to, say, a tabloid than a legitimate news gathering source. I get that.
So am I supposed to take it like with a grain of salt or just believe it?
Well, probably with a side of honey mustard.
Okay.
This is coming to us from The Sun. There is a girl in England who has been rushed to the hospital. They say that she's pretty much... they all but dying of malnutrition because she basically eats chicken nuggets and almost nothing else.
That's
all
it?
the time. Yeah.
How come she just eats chicken nuggets?
Because that's what she likes.
First, you'd be good with that.
Yeah.
But then you're right. Years down, you're not getting anything else.
She says that since the age of 2, and she's 17 now, she's been eating, her main meal every day is chicken nuggets. And it's not just like McDonald's McNuggets. It's like McDonald's nuggets. She says KFC.
Oh, so she'll eat anybody's nuggets.
Yeah, so I mean, she'll take industrial chicken byproduct, breaded and deep fried from any location, not just only, from McDonald's or something.
But you're saying that was her main meal, so she would every once in a while eat something else, or it just doesn't elaborate?
She says that she has never had a vegetable or a fruit.
No.
Which I don't know, that's not even possible. Like, you eventually, somebody somewhere shoves one in your mouth and an accident happens. You're like, I tripped and fell and ate a carrot, something like that.
It was there. I couldn't help it.
Yeah, but that's what she says. The other thing I don't understand is she's 17, but they call her a factory worker. I mean, in England...
You got to start early.
In England, do you stop, you get your high school diploma at 12, and then you're tossed into the factories? Is this a Charles Dickens novel? Like, what does this mean?
I think, what's the rules here? Like, I know if you're, do you have to be 18 or 16 for factory work?
I don't know.
Well, I guess there's a difference between legally and illegally.
That's also true.
If you're working, yes.
I mean, I've never worked in a factory. I've worked in retail, which is pretty horrific, quite frankly.
All I know is our sign in our break room, which says all the labor laws, says we can't do factory work.
Yeah. So she had anemia. She had swollen veins in her tongue. So they sent her home, and they were like, you got to take these vitamins. You have to.
Well, yeah.
So she's taking vitamins, but she says she still can't get enough chicken nuggets. And I'm not going to lie, my absolute favorite quote in this entire article is her mom. She says, I'm at my wit's end. I'm praying she can be helped. It breaks my heart to see her eating those darn nuggets. She's been told in no uncertain terms she'll die if she carries on like this. Now, in fairness, Stacy's going to die no matter what. If she eats bowls of vegetables, she'll eat them all the way to her deathbed. But you're right. She'll just get there a lot quicker on that nugget diet.
And that's weird.
Living the dream, Nikki. Think about that, all right?
You can't just force someone.
What if you woke up in the morning And there I was, smiling with a bag of nuggets. And then there was lunchtime, and we went down to
more nuggets.
Raising Cane's and got some strips. All right. And then in the evening, you could go somewhere for maybe a gourmet strip, a nice restaurant. They're presented in you know what? You could have it in a tortilla. We'll call it a chicken burrito. What do you think?
I just would get tired of it. After so many years, I would think she would be done with that.
Oh, no, man. I'll tell you right now, a straight-up McDonald's chicken McNugget.
I know you'd like that.
I could eat that forever. She says that McDonald's are her favorite. I share 20 with my boyfriend with fries. Or, I'm sorry, with chips. She's British.
Sorry, I'm just getting the feeling that, I don't know.
That were it not for the grace of God, there go Obadiah.
There you go. Yes, that's exactly what I was feeling.
Raise your hand if you think Michael and Nikki can do this without Obadiah. Obadiah, put your hand down. Wait, did you write this? Sorry, dude. You're not leaving till it's over. It's the Spring Fundraiser on Radio U.
Iran. It is the riot. We're checking in because Kim Jong-il is no longer with us. We have to find another country that we can check in on from time to time. Iran just happens to be that country now. And a news report has surfaced over the weekend. This is from their state-run Press TV, in which they are showing the fact that currently in Iran, there are over 3,500 women that are training to be ninjas.
No way. That's so like an old going back to Saddam Hussein sort of, or even all the other. Why do all dictators like that?
What? The female ninjas?
Yeah, like the women bodyguards.
Well, the thing I can tell you why they like
why,
it. I mean, if you don't understand why the dictators like the female bodyguards.
I know. I just think it's stupid.
You know, dressed in those so tight. Never mind. Just forget it. Okay, that's what's weird about it is, like, hey, we got these female ninjas. It's like, and what are they dressed in? All right?
It's a tight-fitting muumuu.
I guess.
That's all it is. It's a sheet.
It's like she's in the middle of some kung fu move and it's like, whoop, and just falls down because she's tripped on the blanket that she has to wear over her head because of, various sanctions by her government. It is absurd. But they actually say, I read several articles about it over the weekend because this Iranian ninjas clip was just all over the place. But they say that in Iran, because women are so restricted, held back, shall we say, that martial arts is an area where they actually are able to do okay. And Nikki, a full-on ninja suit covers their face all the way, unless they got the lusty eyes, in which case...
Then they have to wear that over the eyes.
Yeah, so I've seen...
it's not a case of, they have to do it, but more of it's not really necessarily a bad thing. It's a self-defense thing. It's good for all girls to know self-defense.
Right, it is. But here's my thing is, I would imagine that as women are taking martial arts, they might, gain some self-esteem. And I don't think we'd want that.
That's true.
I mean, if
then
a woman...
you're going to want to drive.
She might want to read next. And
I just don't understand why.
The idea of a woman who can punch and read, not a very good idea. And though, Nikki, there are also other concerns, at least that I find myself looking at. The idea of a trained-up army of 3,500 ninja Iranian women. And that's why I think we need to start training up some women of our own. We need to train some pirates. Because, Nikki, if we're going to be attacked by ninjas, there's only one defense against the ninjas.
That's a pirate?
It's obviously a pirate. So, ladies, anybody wants to train to be a pirate, 877-2-RADIO-U. We're going to take you through some various pirate calisthenics, and we're going to teach you how to defend this great nation against the ninja.
But, Obadiah, will we learn the language?
Which language?
Pirate.
If you don't already know the language, there's no need to apply. I think I can find 3,500 women who at least are somewhat versed in pirate. And you know what, Nikki? That's something you can't teach.
As long as you know a few of the phrases, you'll be fine. The rest, you could just fake it.
Yeah, you could probably just get your way through that. No big deal. But only apply if you're serious, because these Iranian women, they don't have anything to do but martial arts. So I need some real pirates.
Follow the Riot's example and phone it in. Call 877-2-RADIO-U. Even lazier? RadioU.com/donate. It's the Spring Fundraiser on Radio U.
We've talked about Nikki's nightmares a couple of times. It's interesting that every time we discuss a Nikki nightmare, it does in fact involve a toilet. And this is no exception when it comes to Nikki's nightmare. Nikki, I'd like to take you to New Zealand.
Let's go!
Where you could find yourself in a public toilet.
Not my first place I'd want to go visiting there.
Well, you know what, Nikki? Maybe in New Zealand, public toilets are different. Maybe it's a good experience. Maybe you go in there and you're like, it smells fresh like the plains of Rohan. I love it here. You go in and have a nice trip to the refresher. And that's exactly what Zachary Wakeland did. Zachary, he went in after his mom had to ask him several times, please, Zachary, just go in and use the bathroom and Mommy will wait outside, okay? Okay? And so she did. And
he never came back out.
They heard a click. What's that sound? Mommy! Mommy! The door locked. Zachary couldn't get out. And that's when the self-cleaning toilet decided it was time to
shut up,
run the cycle.
No way.
And so Zachary, the young autistic boy, was stuck inside.
He doesn't know what to do.
No. So and by cleaning, I don't just mean the toilet. I mean, the cleaning cleans the entire inside. So this little thing comes down and it sprays down the inside of the bathroom.
Like in the produce section, you'd have a sprayer come out.
Exactly. And so
it ran once. Those.
Yeah. And then he's like, can I get out? So he's stuck in there. And then a couple minutes go by. The self-cleansing cycle runs again. And she's pounding on there. Help me, somebody help me. He's stuck in there! Mommy! Mommy! And then a couple minutes go by and they still can't get it open. The self-cleaning cycle runs. How
many times do they run a cleaning thing?
Well, look at it this way, Nikki. The restrooms are very clean.
Ugh.
And so you can know that when you go into a bathroom there in New Zealand, that's clean, Nikki.
Do you think they dry it? Because if I went in and it was all wet like that, I think something would happen.
Something terrible has happened?
I wouldn't automatically first think, well, it was the cleaning cycle.
Well, that's a good question. You know, do they not use any paper there in New Zealand? Because, I mean, like, is it all the paper would get wet, right? Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's super futuristic. Like this thing closes around and it's watertight, so your paper is tight. And
that's what's happening in the toilet.
After the water goes through, then there's this drying cycle.
Aw, let me tell you, that'd be a lot funnier if it was one of us. But for a little kid, he wouldn't know what to do. He'd be permanently scarred from the toilet monster.
I'm sure that's true. But Nikki, I see the image I have of this entire exchange is you being in there and me on the outside. And the sound of you screaming as you're getting sprayed by the toilet spray could be the finest moment in my entire life.
I'd be more afraid if the stuff came out blue.
It's blue! Oh, it's blue! Why are the lights off? I can't see! I can't see! Get me out of here! I'm just like...
And I'm too afraid to tip it over.
Hey, can somebody help us? Hey, over here. I'm calling for help, Nikki. Hang on. Hey, she's... Hey, no, it's okay. Don't go back. When you get time, over here.
Gosh, help me if something actually happens to me. He's not going to be able to save me.
Help us. Help. It's happening again! Hey, over here.
The only superhero team that hasn't gotten a reboot. Keep it that way. Give during the Spring Fundraiser at RadioU.com/donate.
I just want you guys to know that the best part of the riot this morning did not happen on the air at all. I tweeted it, and I keep looking at my tweet, and it's my favorite thing of the whole day. Now, granted, we haven't been up for that long, but
the day holds many mysteries.
It's really great.
Many mysteries.
We were talking earlier about this new series that's debuting on Lifetime, and then Nikki and I started talking about, every other show on Lifetime, about the abused woman who finally finds her strength, whether it's by using a gun to shoot the guy, but no jury will convict her, whether it's she finds strength in becoming a cop or becoming a lawyer or some other woman empowering role on TV. But the best is that off air, Nikki was like, no, you missed it. She's a stripper turned detective. And then Nikki got quiet and she pointed her finger at me and said, a psychic detective.
That's totally how all their shows are. That's how it is. And tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not wrong.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be thinking about that all day. A stripper turned detective. A psychic detective. It's so bad. It's so bad that it belongs on TV.
Yes, it
does. You got to think about this from a TV angle. They're like, oh, yeah, so we get to have flashbacks, of her, like, being a stripper, so the guys will watch it, right?
And then it's got the detective stuff, so that's a cop drama.
Right.
And then it's got the paranormal or whatever activity stuff.
And then she's got to keep her stripper past secret, and then she finally finds a man that she thinks she likes, but she doesn't want him to find out about her past.
But he's a ghost.
But it turns out he's a ghost.
He's a
vampire ghost who was a werewolf in a previous life. Tonight on Lifetime. And so he's afraid that she's going to find out he's a ghost.
And she doesn't want him to find out about her past.
And then he ends up helping her solve his murder. But then it turns out he's actually still alive in the basement.
Oh, these are good things. I don't know why we're not in television. We could really come up with some great shows.
Scripted dramas for sure.
Absolutely.
Now, I can't write the scripts, but I can pitch them.
Uh-huh.
Meaning the ideas, not the scripts and the trash.
And I'm going to work on the poster board stuff to go along with the pitching ideas.
Okay. It's good. It's good.
Oh, well, that was fun.
This show has everything.
Everything. That's kind of how you have to treat television or movies. You want everyone to watch it, so you got to put every little bit from here and there and here and there and just throw it all in one TV show.
Check this out. What if we had a board game? Remember Battleship? Think about this. It's a movie. We put a big star in it. Whoop. Liam Neeson. All right? And, Transformers was big. We're going to put stuff that looks like Transformers and goes, and it's going to, and it, what? What do you think?
I like it.
It's huge.
And the aliens come from under the water.
They've been in the sea the entire time.
Okay.
It's just an idea. Just floating things around.
Floating, yes.
Oh, see, floating.
Yeah,
the idea, it's amazing. It just keeps coming out.
We couldn't stop it from coming if we
We'll just shut the mics off. It's still happening.
The Riot.
I've written a show with you in mind. It's for this incredibly nerdy, socially awkward person with no people skills.
You've found your tribe. It's The Riot during the Spring Fundraiser.
You knew it was coming. The Riot's End of the World update.
Here's what we're looking at. Wednesday afternoon in Oklahoma City, the cooler broke down at the state medical examiner's office, which means that they were forced to move the bodies into refrigeration trucks after the cooler broke down. But Nikki, though this is not stated in the article, and this is merely speculation, you do understand that the possibility of something that they didn't want to get out being in the cooler is very possible.
I hear you. Can you imagine that? That would be that'd be the bad day. It's like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna have to move everybody.
That strange case a few years ago about the person who had died but seemed to be reanimated and was trying to bite people, but once they put them in the freezer, everything was fine. But see, Nikki, the freezer's not on anymore. And so when they were moving him, all of a sudden he leans over and it's like, I think that thing, no, it's just a scratch. I should be fine.
That's all it takes.
And that's where it all starts. Now, did that happen? No. But I can tell you that the cooler at the state medical examiner in Oklahoma City did break. And I could tell you that, quite frankly, that to me reeks of a potential future disaster. All right, it starts small. It always starts small.
Oh, it reeks.
It always is insignificant, but insignificant small things grow into significant, not so small things.
Do you think some of this, though, is just coming because you still want to play Left 4 Dead this weekend?
It was going to be next weekend.
Next weekend? Okay, yeah, during Memorial Weekend.
Yeah.
Is some of it still you're in that zombie frame of mind?
Yeah, and you want to know... I should write that song, A Zombie Frame of Mind. And remember that game I was telling you about, Arma 2? They had the Daisy.
Yeah.
Remember the Daisies?
DayZ pack for zombies. Yeah.
Yes. They just dropped the price on it. It's on sale this week. And I was like, do I want to pay $10 for that? Or do what I really want to do is just go home and play the 2 Left 4 Dead games that I have on both the Xbox and the PC? Because it wasn't enough to own them once. I should own them twice.
Yeah, so you're still questioning whether you should. How long does the sale go?
Till the weekend.
Till the weekend.
Like through the
okay.
weekend.
Well, it's up to you.
It is, isn't it? I mean, I have the power to say yes or no. I have the strength that's required.
Don't call me this week and be like, I'm pushing it. I'm buying it.
Nikki, I'm doing it now.
Tell me not to.
It's like, no, don't. All right? You're just trying to fill a hole. That's all you're doing, all right? You're trying to fill a hole. That's not something, this game won't satisfy you, okay?
I was just thinking, though, that maybe with zombies and thinking and looking forward to that next weekend that has led to it, being on the brain.
What? Get a Twinkie, all right? Fill the emptiness with food. That's the answer. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is, but I'll just tell you this right now. I always have my eyes open in the news for these single one-off events that most people would say, oh... it's an air conditioner. It breaks, okay? Those are the things that happen, and I'm looking at it going, That
could be the start of it.
Air conditioner breaks, and what's this in the news? We hear that recently at a White House visit, Jaden Smith confronted the president about extraterrestrials, and his response was, I can't confirm or deny, but if it was true, it would have happened in this room. So you've got stuff like that happening, and we've got coolers where the dead are kept on ice. What do you need to ice them for? Afraid they're going to start moving around. Okay, all right. See, you got to think beyond the news. You got to see the big picture because the man wants to keep you looking at the details while all the time he's playing the meta game, Nikki. You got to get in the metagame.
He wants you focused on that while there's a horde growing on the other side.
That's exactly right. Next thing you know, you don't know. We'll be on here guarding the wall, everybody. Don't you worry.
You're hanging with the Riot during the Spring Fundraiser.
Get used to disappointment.
Radio U.
It is the Riot on Radio U, 877-2-RADIO-U. Of course, you can go online to IamRadioU.com. See, I just said that. That's not what I'm supposed to say.
That's fine.
I'm supposed to say riot.radiou.com.
Listen, all goes to the same place.
Yeah, I mean, mostly it does.
In a roundabout way, you're fine.
You said it all goes to the same place. That's like your uncle that mixes all that food, and he's like, what's the matter? It's all going to the same place. Nikki, I don't know if you saw this, but I believe his name was Peter. He put something on the Riot page that was just for you. Now, there were 3 bear stories that included video and everything, but then there was another one about the rising popularity, 11% in the last 8 years of cremation.
Oh, didn't see this story yet. Thank you. It's Peter, you said, right?
Yeah, it's gone from 30% to 41% of deaths in the United States are being, taken care of by cremation.
I like bear stories. I love bears. Mm-hmm. I love animals. I do not like cremation. I do not like cremation stories.
I like the fact that what we've managed to do here at the Riot is that we have got people thinking about you about 3 things. When they see bears, they think of Nikki.
Yeah.
When they see port-a-potties,
they think of me.
They think of Nikki.
Because I don't like those either.
And when they hear about cremation, they also think about Nikki. In fact,
doesn't it make you uncomfortable?
Someone else was like, they were going to set up a tour of a cremation facility for us, and Nikki's like, no.
I'm not doing that. My greatest fear is that he pushes me into the box. It's not that I'm afraid of dying because, yeah, fine, we all die. I'm afraid of being cremated while I'm still alive because someone does something. That's my fear.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying, like,
I'm
you
afraid
think that
like, if you got
we're
buried
not
alive.
sure that you're dead?
Yeah,
like we think you're dead, but you're not dead?
Yeah, something's wrong to where, like, if we were at the tour and you thought it'd be funny to push me into the thing, or you just nudged me and I lost my footing and then I go to the fire and
then,
that's it.
Well, and you're laying on the slab and you're making noise, but the dead guy or the cremation guy's like, this stupid machine's always making noise.
You don't come and get me and I die.
It sounds like a woman screaming, but what it is that it's the water that's boiling out. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. It's not anything.
It happens all the time while I'm screaming in there and no one saves me.
You hear that pounding? You just stupid. Stop
pound
it.
Right back.
What's wrong with this thing? Jeez. Hey, has anybody seen Nikki? Hang on. We got to... Hey, she just didn't want to see the body.
I'm assuming cremation is up because of the cost of funeral stuff. People just rather do that.
It is, but in the same article, they talk about how I could turn you into a diamond. And that's $3,000 right there. That's for a quarter.
You make an earring out of me and you put me in your ear. You don't even have pierced ears.
No, well, I'd get them.
You can put a stud in.
No, you know what? I'd put you in my nose. So that way, every time I had a runny nose or, a sneeze or something, I'd be like, yep, must be those animals from Nikki. Where's he? Have you guys seen Nikki lately?
Here.
She's still with me. She's still giving me a runny nose from time to time. She's right here.
Thanks for sharing the story.
Quarter carat for $3,000 or about $25,000 for a 1 carat. So, I could get a 1 carat. No, you know what? I'll get 2 quarter carat rings and I'll put one in each ear. So
earrings?
Yeah.
Or like a pinky ring?
I get some dangly ones though, not just
chandelier ones.
Something nice.
Real classy.
Yeah.
Real pretty.
Something to remind me of you, Nikki. Like, you know what this reminds me of her? It's like you see it's a little cat and each one of its eyes is a diamond. That's Nikki.
When the sun hits it sparkles. Like, that's just her saying hi.
That's what it is.
This is just her.
She's still with us.
The tinkling of the gems as they hit each other could be like my laughter.
Yeah.
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
I mean, we're pretty sure she was dead when we threw her in there. I mean, I think she was.
And I know you're thinking, Obie would never do that. Not intentionally, but there are accidents that happen here that no one can explain.
Not on purpose. I mean, it's not like I want to kill Nikki, because just to be honest, you know how long it would take me to train her replacement? Then there's that chemistry, like we've worked together for so long. I'd have to get through that awkward first year trying to get, that person. Then I'd have to find their neuroses and the little things that make them tick. Like Nikki is bears, cremation, and port-a-potties. Who knows what this other person's going to have?
It's a whole new show. I
mean, at least we're familiar with what Nikki has. So listen, everybody, just want you to know, if you find a bear, a cremation story, or a porta-potty incident,
Heaven help you if you find a bear, walks into a porta-potty, dies, and gets cremated. You hit the trifecta
that
right
is
there.
Unbelievable.
I'll get you riot gear for that if it's true. You can have a prize.
Okay, what if we found a place that cremates bears? Could we go there?
I think it's called a...
What's it called? Why do you know that?
No, it's just a forest fire.
Well, that's okay, because forest is what I call a porta-potty, so it's no big deal. It's for cremation and for bathroom. So remember, you can post those, riot.radiou.com.
Obadiah tried to give his new cryptocurrency during the Spring Fundraiser.
These coins are worth a gazillion human dollars, okay? That's a gazillion. You're rich. That's a gazillion. Gazillion.
That's great and all, but let's start with cash.
No one will exchange these.
It's the riot during the Spring Fundraiser.
Parents can be embarrassing. There's just no doubt about it. We've all had that moment where you're like, oh, no. Oh, that did not just happen. You know what's interesting is, okay, like advance the timeline far enough. Eventually, you'll probably get married. Eventually, you'll probably have kids. And you think that you'll never be that person, but eventually you'll be that person.
I think you'll probably take joy in it, too.
Yeah, the gleeful thing. Like,
yeah. Like now you start seeing more parents try to embarrass, their children
intentionally.
Online.
Oh, yeah, and like online, yeah.
Online intentionally, like they're getting how to do it.
They're getting better at it?
Yeah, to make it more social so everyone can see it.
Yeah. So we want to say a big thank you to all the parents that are trying to make that happen.
Hey, I got to say, my mom was cool, though. I don't think I ever experienced that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Never. Ever, ever, ever.
Ever?
I don't think so. No.
Your dad, maybe?
Maybe my dad.
Well, see, that I
Maybe
said
that,
parents.
but-
I didn't say mom.
No, yeah, but I don't think my mom. She deserves the credit that's given.
I see your dad intentionally trying to embarrass you, which I think seems more like a dad thing.
No, he teases more.
Yeah.
Not so much embarrassing like in front of others, but just teasing.
So he's just an embarrassment, but he's not embarrassing.
That's not what I said.
Is that what? Yeah, that's what I got. That's
said.
what I got out of it. That's where I'm coming from. So, I mean, maybe not everyone has experienced the, oh my gosh, my parents are so embarrassing moment. But let me see what you think about this. Nikki, would this embarrass you, yes or no? All right, you played volleyball, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, it's high school. You're playing volleyball. You have been pulled out of the game. Apparently, your performance
Something's not
what it should have
working.
been. That's also something you're not familiar with, because the amazing athlete that you are,
good.
you never got pulled out.
I was really good.
You're really going to have to use your imagination here.
I'll
okay?
stretch. I'll think, okay, I'm following.
You've been pulled out of the game, all right? And then your dad calls the coach and the athletic director, and he makes death threats. Embarrassed or not embarrassed?
Yes, that's embarrassing.
Okay.
You hate when that happens, don't you?
All right. Well, he was charged with telephone harassment, which I'll tell you right.
He phoned it in?
Yeah, he totally phoned that in. Battery and disorderly conduct. There were actually a series of events that took place. So, this particular girl gets pulled out. Then he went over to the athletic director's house and began yelling at him, and then said, I'm going to kill you if my daughter doesn't make it through the night, because apparently his daughter was going to die.
Emotions are running high on all parties.
They're high. The following morning, Dad comes in to meet with the AD, but the meeting degenerates into some shouting. Then the AD tries to leave, and Dad says no and begins chest bumping, which... That's awesome.
What? What are you going to do about it? And then he just kind of get all up in their face.
Yeah, then the police end up getting called, and then the dad wasn't done. He still had to make a phone call. And so that makes it the telephone harassment plus the physical stuff. So.
I guess you always just think that your parents or parents in general, even if they're not yours, because we read a lot of stories of people who should be acting their age.
Yeah.
And they don't seem to manage it. You just expect them to be able to handle the situation. And that guy lost control.
That was a tough one.
His emotions got a hold of him, and he's going the wrong way with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're embarrassed then, because then that shows your parents are crazy. Something's wrong. And then maybe you have it too.
You're just like, oh my gosh,
no.
I hope.
Is this what I'm going to do?
I hope it's not genetic.
Am I going to phone in the death threats?
Yeah. I mean, I've said some mean things on the phone, but geez.
But nothing that.
Nothing like that.
So every time you have an escalated problem later in life, you're like, oh, what if I go that far?
I just totally turned into my dad.
It's his fault.
I just hit the athletic director. I mean, one day you're you, and the next day you look up and you've turned into your parents.
It's what to do.
What?
It's the Spring Fundraiser with Obadiah.
He was laid off 5 years ago, and no one ever told him about it.
It's the Spring Fundraiser with Nikki.
I thought this was a home makeover show.
It's the Riot on RadioU.
You know we're talking about it, right?
Yeah, but give yourself some music. That way it doesn't hurt you as much.
So you want a little
it's
something
nice.
laid back?
Yeah, something a little chill.
Nikki just made me give her money. She just...
You're the one throwing dollars.
Let me tell you what
around.
happened, okay? I came in enthusiastic and excited to share with Nikki something that I thought she would really like. I found this game for the iPad and the iPhone iOS called Snow Jinx.
Not on Android yet.
No, it's not. And you're this little dude. You can be a girl, too, if you want. You just swipe over and you're a girl. Whee! And you throw snowballs. And you duck behind cover. You jump out. You throw snowballs. You duck behind cover. You roll. You jump up. You grab stuff. You get coins. You can buy panda hats. It's perfect for Nikki. All right, you can eventually upgrade your snowballs so that you become more powerful, earn more points, get more money, upgrade, go at it. Like, good times. Nikki, finally, I got an email today because, you buy something from iTunes and then it sends you a receipt like 2 weeks later or whatever. So I got my receipt today. I was like, oh, there's my $1 for Snow Jinx. And it's quiet for a minute and Nikki goes, I don't don't like that game.
I didn't say that in that tone, I don't think.
Maybe not.
That might have been what you heard.
That's what I heard.
But that's not how I said it.
She said, I don't like it. There, I feel better.
I do. I felt like I was just living this lie. Like I was going to have to go the rest of Christmas pretending like I was playing the game. Mm-hmm. I played it once and I haven't picked it up since.
Only one time?
How long have you played it? Or
lots.
How much?
I've played it
every
lots.
day?
Well, not every day. But the thing is, okay, I'm not like doing hour-long play sessions, okay?
But you just pick it up at least a day, once a day.
I'll just pick it up and...
bathroom game?
No, it's not a bathroom game. I need more time than that. All right? I'm pretty healthy, so I'm not in there for too long. I'm out.
It's not one of those games.
It's not. So I spend 10, 15 minutes playing. It's play one time, done.
Well, I was surprised you liked it so much.
Oh yeah, I do. And to be honest, I'm kind of surprised I like it because it's nice. It's fun. It's snowballs and I like it. And it was $1. And so I literally gave Nikki $1. For her Snow Jinx purchase.
I did tell her that
if she didn't like it, I would give her $1. So
I just don't really care for it.
It just happened.
I don't hate it. I just don't feel like playing it.
Mm-hmm. And so here's what's interesting is that Nikki felt that there was something dishonest about applying for a refund from iTunes, but she had absolutely no problem whatsoever taking my $1. She was like, no, I can't get $1 back from them, but here, give me your money.
Hey, I was not going to buy it, but you were the one.
Well, you know what? I think Snow Jinx was worth $2.
Good, you can pay it.
I just paid $2 for it, and I feel good. I feel great about it. Snow Jinx. Tell your friends.
Well, I'm glad you like it because again, you don't like all the games as much.
I don't like anything.
But I wasn't feeling it quite like you were.
Throwing the snowballs, taking out that bully, throwing his ice chunks.
That basically is the whole game.
Dude's up in his fort. I'm just like, check me out. I'm going long. Tink. Get him. No big deal. I like it. All right. So this is.
I just didn't like how I had to keep playing.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop it.
It was that part.
It just, you have to keep going.
Giving to all those other radio stations is hard.
All visitors will be subject to extreme vetting procedures, including a highly detailed questionnaire.
At The Riot, we make it simple.
You will be required to eat a hot dog in front of us.
It's the Spring Fundraiser on RadioU.
I love hot dogs. It was everywhere. On my face, my hair, my clothes. Said a 21-year-old woman whose name has been withheld by police at her request.
And I think we should keep it that way because that's not good what happened to her.
Good on her, right? You know what? She was riding the Chicago Transit Authority's Blue Line to Oak Park. But last week, she saw a man get on the train. And this man took a look at her and then threw a big sock at her and ran off. You're like, oh, sock. So what? Smelly feet, whatever. Are you ready? Because you might want to turn the radio down.
Say it delicately.
You might want to walk away.
Say it delicately.
You might want to pull over and throw up, okay? Just be careful because this sock is, the police are calling this a fecal attack. Because this man's sock was his, dare I say it?
No, you can just say the number.
It was it was not his number 1 sock. It was his number 2 sock.
It was the second one, okay?
And it was his number 2 sock was full of number 2.
I keep wanting to say something else, but I don't want to say it.
He hit her with it, and it went everywhere, she says.
It was just one of those random attacks. Oh, I know. You can't go anywhere. You can't go anywhere now. It's okay. You cry gently.
You're telling me that
just gently.
All I want to do is ride the metro. I just want to get on the train. I want to get where I got to go. I wish I had a car. But I don't have a car, so I got to ride. I'm public.
Because parking's too much.
Too expensive. Public transportation. And then this man flings this on me.
They have a photo of the guy. They were able to grab it from the security camera. Mm-hmm. And it's a pretty good shot of his face. So I want them to find him, and I want them to shame him. Like, total shame. Everyone should know what this man did and who he is.
I love that they really do have a picture of him. And you're like, well, this is not some homeless guy.
No,
this
some
is
guy.
A dude. Somebody knows this guy. All
and
right?
if you are in the Chicago area, if you could do a little search and just take a a quick little peek at this photo just to see if you do know him.
Yeah, and if you do, you totally need to rat on him and then just make fun of him forever.
Never live that one down.
And I know what you're saying. Like, well, he probably has a psychological problem. Well, I know the girl does now. I don't know if he does. All right? She's laying in bed at night, waking up, going, it's in my hair! That's what I'm saying. So somebody.
Yeah, someone's going to have to, pay for that.
Yeah, she says, I wish he had just hit me. It would have been less traumatic.
She also said she didn't think it would happen if she wasn't a girl. That
yeah,
maybe,
she thought it was like...
Yeah, because she was a girl and not a guy. That maybe that was it.
Oof. The worst part is nobody had anything to wipe my face with.
You just want to just not continue on. Oh, that's just a shame. Just a shame. Poor girl.
Yeah, poor girl. You know what? Here, let's tag this with a happy ending. Yesterday, Kai.
Oh, yeah, dude, this is awesome. So Kai, we talked to them, I don't know, maybe a few
3 weeks ago?
Yeah, at the start of their Kickstarter campaign.
Yes,
Kickstarter
indeed.
is where bands can raise money or organizations can raise money for their cause that they have. And so Kickstarter, they were working with them to raise the money for their next Kai project.
Yeah, and guess what ended up happening yesterday night? They met their goal.
Fully funded. Almost 1,000 people gave, and it was down to the end, but they did it. So they got their next project fully funded.
We want to say a huge congratulations to Kai. They are now fully funded. They're headed into the studio. I think it's like January 8th is what I want to say.
They'll be in Nashville, right?
Yep, and they're doing a full-length project. They're excited. We're excited for them.
Yeah, you can check it out through their Kickstarter section. If you just go to Kai's Facebook page, you can find it there. But if you want to hear the interview, they talk a little bit more about the recording stuff. You can grab that through riot.radiou.com. It is archived there.
This was the worst of the riots, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.